Abigail the Witch returns. Centuries ago, deep in a dark and secluded forest, there lived a witch named Abigail. Known for her mesmerizing beauty by day and her vengeful nature by night, Abigail was a figure feared and respected by all the villagers. It is said that she was betrayed by those she trusted and in revenge, placed a curse upon the land, vowing to return one day to exact revenge on all. Over time, Abigail's story became a legend, a cautionary tale told to children to keep them away from the forest. In a small town on the edge of the forest, the people went about their lives peacefully, largely forgetting the legends of old. However, as Halloween approached, a strange phenomenon began to occur. A young woman of stunning beauty and irresistible charisma appeared in the town. Her name was Abigail. During the day she was kind and charming, and quickly won the hearts of many villagers, especially the men who were enchanted by her presence. She seemed to bring an air of mystery and fascination that left everyone intrigued. The villagers, captivated by Abigail, began inviting her to parties and events, especially the big Halloween party that was approaching. She had become the guest of honor, and everyone was eager to see her on that special night. However, no one suspected that Abigail was the same witch from the legend, returning to exact her revenge. As the sun set and Halloween night arrived, the atmosphere of the town began to change. A strange chill invaded the air, and a thick fog began to form, covering the streets. The party, which had previously been lively and full of life, began to take on a sinister tone. The lights flickered and strange sounds echoed through the streets. Abigail, who had arrived at the party dressed as a Victorian lady, slowly walked away from the crowd, disappearing into the darkness. As the clock struck midnight, a hooded figure appeared in the center of the party. It was Abigail, but not the beautiful and charming young woman everyone knew. Her appearance had changed drastically. Her skin, once pale and smooth, was now covered in scars and marks. Her eyes, once bright and attractive, were now red and filled with hatred. The elegant robes were replaced by dark, torn rags, and an aura of dark power emanated from her. Abigail, revealing her true identity as the vengeful witch, began to cast spells on the villagers. Those who had fallen under her spell during the day now found themselves trapped in a web of illusions and nightmares. Laughter turned to screams and music to wailing. She brought out each person's worst fears, causing chaos and despair. Abigail was determined to make everyone suffer as she had, punishing them for forgetting her story and underestimating her power. However, in the midst of the chaos, a group of young people who had heard Abigail's true story from their grandparents decided to take action. They knew that despite her powers, Abigail was still vulnerable during the day. They sought out an ancient town mage's grimoire, containing spells of protection and purification, believing that they could use it to break Abigail's curse and free the town from her vengeance. With courage and determination, the young people faced Abigail. Using the power of the grimoire, they created a circle of protection around her, preventing her from using her dark magic. Abigail, surprised by their resistance, tried to break the circle, but the young people held their ground, reciting spells of light and purification. Slowly, the dark energy around Abigail began to dissipate, revealing the young woman she once was, before she was corrupted by hatred and revenge. As morning came, the first rays of sunlight reached Abigail, and her witch form began to fade. She looked at the young people with a mixture of anger and sadness, realizing that her time was up. With a final cry of despair, Abigail disintegrated into a cloud of dust, leaving only a fragile sigh in the air. The town, finally free of the curse, began to recover from the trauma of the previous night. The people, once seduced by Abigail's beauty, now understood the price of underestimating the legends and the power of the supernatural. The young people who faced the witch were hailed as heroes, and Abigail's story was retold, not as a tale of terror, but as a warning about the consequences of revenge and hatred. Thus, the legend of Abigail, the Witch of the Forest, gained a new chapter, reminding everyone that true power lies in the courage to face evil and the compassion to understand the stories of others, even the darkest and most painful ones. And the forest, where the story began, continued to be a place of mystery, where legends never die, only wait to be rediscovered.